I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving and you had a great time with your family and you were able to just remember all the wonderful things that you are thankful for. But now it's time to get down to business. You know what I'm talking about. It is Christmas gift or holiday gift shopping season. So with that in mind, I put together some ideas for a little gift guide. This gift guide is obviously for the sewing enthusiast, but it's for the beginner all the way up to the most advanced sewist. To me, a great present is something that someone wouldn't necessarily buy for themselves. It's something that they've always wanted or they wish they could have, but they just never really, make it happen, whether it costs too much money or whether it seems frivolous or it's needless, but deep down they really do want these items. So the first thing on this item is a similar type of thing, but it's two different products. So one is muslin and the second is tracing paper. Now these are two things that seem sort of frivolous because you don't really have to have them to sew anything, but if you do have them, it makes your garments and it makes sewing the project itself a whole lot more easy and a whole lot more fun, and you just get a better result from the product or from what you're sewing whenever you're done with it. So muslin is like a type of fabric that is usually very, very inexpensive that you simply use to sew an item and work on the fit of it. It's never a fabric that you wear outside. You just sew your project in the muslin so that you can adjust the fit and get it to fit you absolutely perfectly. And tracing paper is something you use also to trace your pattern to help with fit issues. So if you are adjusting a pattern, you'll need to trace it onto something other than the tissue paper that the pattern comes with, and tracing paper is really great for that. So muslin and tracing paper, two things on the list. Next up is a more expensive item, but it's honestly one of my favorite sewing tools that I have, and it is my serger. So a serger will just take your projects from looking homemade to looking very professional, and I'm talking about on the inside of the project. So when you sew something together, you have the raw edges, and a serger trims those edges down and finishes it up, and keeps all the threads together so it doesn't unravel and look like a mess on the inside. Like I said, they can be fairly expensive. I have just sort of an inexpensive option. It's always served me very well. I've had it for years and never had any issues. So yeah, a serger might be one of those things that also seem frivolous because, again, you don't really have to have it to sew. Your regular sewing machine can finish the edges of your fabric for you, but it doesn't look quite as professional as a serger does. So third on the list is something that I actually don't really buy for myself all that often, and I wish that I would, but it's online sewing classes. So there are some great courses that different companies have online. One of the best I've seen recently is Berta Style. So they'll do a lot of classes for, how to fit a garment, how to sew with a particular type of fabric, and they usually range from $20 to up to maybe $100. I don't know if I've seen anything more than that. But again, these classes are something that can take you or whoever you're buying for can take their sewing to another level because, again, they are learning about it and just gaining more knowledge. Of course, you can just read free articles and watch free videos like mine, but these classes are taught by actual professional, commercial sewists usually, so you can get a lot of really neat tips and tricks. Along with that kind of sorta is sewing books, so you could grab some of those or like a gift card to like a bookstore that sells sewing books. That's always fun. Good reference guides to just keep around. With that also, I thought I would include another online option, and this is for sewing kits. So there are websites like craftsy.com that sell sewing kits that is basically like a sew along where they'll send you the pattern, they'll send you the exact fabric that you need for that project, and then they'll have different sessions on how to sew that particular garment, whatever you're making. So again, it's somebody walking you through step by step on how to do something. Of course, you could just do this, you know, via the pattern instructions, but it's really nice to have someone there to help you along and feel more comfortable, especially if you're making something that you've never made before. Like, you know, pants are really hard to fit, for example, so that might be a good craftsy class to take. So gifting someone a crafty course would be a fantastic gift in my mind. And then, of course, if all else fails, just get them a gift card to an online fabric store and call it a day. Some of my favorite online fabric stores are fabric.com, fabricmart.com. I love Girl Charlie for knits, and recently they've just gotten into doing some stuff like vegan leather and denim and things like that. And then there's the Holy Grail, which is mood.com, where you can get tons of designer stuff. It's usually, well, always a lot more expensive, but you can really make some special garments with the fabrics that you get at mood.com. So hopefully this helped give you some ideas either for yourself and what you should be asking for, or some ideas for what you want to buy the sewer in your life. So thanks so much for watching, and have fun putting together all those wonderful Christmas gifts and thinking about your loved ones and things that would really make their life very special. Thanks so much. Bye. So if you are a sewist yourself and you're watching this, don't worry. YouTube has tons of share options so that you can share this video with anyone who's got your name on their shopping list. You can share via email and all kinds of social media stuff. Just look for those options below the video player here. And if you are the gift giver and you have happened to be, this video has happened to be shared with you, or you're just looking for something and stumbled along this video, don't worry. I also have links for you in the description box below, so just check there and you should be able to grab all the things that I'm talking about today.